All right, welcome back to the Onsite Podcast. We're
Yeah.
your host, David and Trevor, for today's conference championship preview. Going to give you what we like, a couple props, and then Trev's going to dive into a little head coaching carousels
Hmm.
going on around the league. Let's see what we got here. But kicking things off, we got Commanders and Eagles. Line is -6.5 for the Eagles, who are at home. Commanders coming off an upset win against the Lions. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be an interesting game, bro. I want to hear your take on it. What you like in this game and what you're gonna end up picking.
Let me just say, I was not expecting the Commanders. So props to them. Shout out Jaden Daniels doing his thing, man.
Yep.
Representing the IE for David.
For you too, bro. What you
Yeah,
mean?
for me too. For me too.
What you
For me
mean,
too.
dog?
But now this game, looking at the line, I saw it opened at like 4.5. Now moved all the way to 6.5, which is kind of crazy. Commander's been red hot recently. Offense has been clicking, firing on all cylinders. Um, for some reason, the 6.5 looks scary, but if you really think about it, the Eagles should once again pull that off with a dominant run game, and that somehow if they can contain Jaden. But I would not be surprised if it's a close game. So I might even look at a teaser potential with the Commanders, get it at +13. So I mean, that's what I feel, and I like the over too.
Yeah.
Both teams can score at will. So
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Commanders' defense is gonna look, and then
mhm.
obviously the Eagles' passing game, and then the third factor is like the weather, if that's
Yeah.
gonna play a role in it. But yeah, this game is gonna be pretty good. I think just from their last matchup, it was like a 2 point game or something like that.
Mhm.
So I would like. I think I'm taking the Commanders +6.5.
I will
But
say the last game, it was, the backup for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts to get knocked out with a concussion, like, the first
yeah,
quarter, so just think about that too.
but I'm thinking more so just how they're clicking. I feel like
Yeah.
the Commanders' offense is rolling. It's
Mhm.
gonna be interesting to see because I think their left guard went down last game with ACL injury, so he's out, and then Jalen Carter is just on a crazy run right now, like literally holding it down for the Eagles defense. So I don't know. It's tricky. I think I'm gonna just stick to the Commanders +6.5, but I could see this being going either way, you know.
Yeah, I agree. What was the over under on this?
47.5
Dude, that's kinda whispering to me. I
with the over.
I know playoffs, it's a really under games, slow pace, but I don't know why the over is whispering to me, man. After watching the Commanders' offense last game, and then I feel like the Eagles can score easily with a Saquon break touchdown. Maybe 2 of them. I could see the over happening. I might lean that.
Yeah, dude. I think the over will probably hit because if the Commanders are rolling like they've been rolling, and they say they contain Carter or Jaden, kind of how do I say like neutralizes him, but with his running, like
Yeah.
doesn't let him be an impact player.
Man, dude, it's so tough to
This
neutralize
is
him
a
though,
tough
man.
game, bro. When I'm really thinking about it.
It's so hard because they'll if it's 4th and 3 or less, they're going for it 100%.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. And it's so hard to stop that quarterback run to the outside too on that play. So,
and that's what
I don't
Angel
know.
was saying yesterday. It's like, okay, you might stop him on third down, but fourth
Mhm.
and two, 4th and 3, fourth and like one, obviously, like,
Yup.
they're gonna go for it. How many fourth down conversions do you think are gonna happen in this game? Because you got
At
the brotherly
least
shove,
more than 10. You got the
more than
tush push, and then you got the bootleg run quarterback.
that shit
It's
needs to be a prop, bro. Is it?
there's gotta be
Over
a book
100.
out there somewhere offering that.
Yeah, that I would put the
That's another
over.
reason why I'm leaning the over because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of 4th down conversions to keep drives alive.
But they have been possessing the ball like against in the Bucks game. They didn't really like it was just like a long drives, I think it was like
Mhm.
a total of 14 possessions or something.
Yeah,
So I think those get like if it's like that, bro, I could see it kind of going under too. I don't know.
I could see that too. Yeah.
And then the weather, bro. The fucking weather. I need to know.
That's what it depends on.
All right. So what props are you looking at for this game?
I'm honestly loving a lot of props. I'm liking more props than the over unders and the sides, the team sides. First one, I'll start it off. Saquon rushing yards. Everyone's gonna be hammering that. If you're not hammering that, you might be missing out on free money. Um, last time I checked, when I got it, it was 126, super high. But again, it's Saquon. I mean, he's should be offensive player of the year, maybe. Um, the one that's talking to me, why it's talking to me so much, Jahmyr Gibbs last game with the Lions, 14 carries, 105 yards. Saquon doubles those carries. We're looking at 29 carries a game, 26 carries a game. So I'm really loving that over on the rushing for him.
Yeah, I like that one. I think the line is super high, but given the fact that like he's literally been just running all
Yeah.
over everybody, bro, like he's unlocked.
Very suspect Commanders run defense too.
Yeah, that too. So I mean, I'm not against the over. I mean, obviously just the high number scares me, but
Yeah. And
yeah,
if Jalen's still tweaked up from last game, I mean, I could see the handoffs happening too. More.
yeah, that's true. His knee.
Um, Another one
Okay.
I like, Austin Eckler over receiving yards. I think it was 25 last time I checked. The last game against the Lions, I think he caught one for 24 on the first catch or something, and then after that, he got it super easily. So I could see that happening again.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. Also, Jaden Daniels over passing yards too.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
think he
deal
had like
right
what,
now on
299
Prize
or something.
Picks. Yeah, there's a deal right now on Prize Picks, 1 yard. So if you can see that, if you're a Prize Pick user, plug that in your things. I like that, but I also just like it regular too.
Yeah, 223 is the line right
Yeah,
now.
I
223
like
and a
that a
half.
lot.
I mean, looking at this game, bro, I just think I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles offense. I like AJ Brown under. It could be one of those games where a bounce back game to get them right if they, end up playing well and Jalen Hurts isn't that hurt or his knee isn't bothering him. But I don't know what's going on, bro. I really don't. Like me and Angel were talking about this yesterday. AJ Brown, bro. Like I feel like especially if the Commanders upset him here, I feel like he's gonna be maybe a New England Patriot next
Oh
season, bro. Like
yeah,
with Mike
I'm
Vrabel.
already loving it.
But I just
Already
don't I
seeing
don't
that
know. I
too.
feel like there's a disconnect there, bro. Like I don't know what it is. So I think the
Yeah.
61 and a half over is good. And then Dallas Goddard over his receiving yards, 39 and a half. I think that's a good one too.
Yep. I was just gonna add Dallas Goedert, so I'm glad you covered that. And I like the AJ Brown under too. I mean, we've said it every week, like it's a bounce back week for him, bounce back week for him. And he hasn't done anything. So
Yeah.
just keep running that trend. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Even receptions for Goddard's at 3.5. I think
Hey,
that's
I
might have
like
to
that
parlay
too.
that with something.
I'm definitely taking the yards. So
Yeah. And then
good thing you brought that up.
Saquon or Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's always a lock.
Think Saquon's the safest this week for sure.
Yeah. All right, we can move on to the AFC unless you have any more props.
I do have a touchdown prop for
Okay.
all the games, but we'll wait to the end for that. I'm cool with
All
adding
right.
that.
So Bills Chiefs line is at -1.5. Chiefs are at home. Over unders at 48.5. This is gonna be an interesting game to say
This
the
is game
least.
of the week, I think.
Yeah, definitely way. I mean, in my opinion, way better than the NFC. But
I
can
agree.
Josh Allen get over the hump, beat Patrick Mahomes, and go to the Super Bowl? I don't know. It's gonna be a interesting game, bro. What do you think?
Dude, I'm gonna be locked into this game. Personally, I want the Bills to win. I know they're division rivals, Patriots, whatever. But like I said before, we've owned them so many times. I'm okay with them making it to the Super Bowl. I can't see Mahomes win another one, dude. Anyone but the Chiefs for me on this side. Anyone but the Chiefs.
Yeah.
My heart wants the Bills, but my brain, dude, I'm just accepting that the Chiefs are gonna win and they're gonna be in the Super Bowl again. So I that's what I'm feeling, man. But I like the over again. I like the overs for both these games.
48.5, the over under, you taking it?
Give me the over, dude. I mean, I know the Chiefs are an under team. I just feel like this one. I just feel it. I had a dream yesterday. This was gonna be a shootout, dude. In my sleep, I woke up. It was gonna be just back and forth, back and forth. So I'm leaning the over on this one as well.
All right, man. I think it's gonna be a good game. I kind of hope it's like I feel like all their matchups are super good, but I'm rooting for the Bills. I think everyone is except for Kansas City fans.
Yeah,
I like to see Josh Allen get it done. I think I'm going Bills here. I'll take it with the points because I feel
yeah,
like it could be a close game,
definitely.
but it's definitely just going to come down to turnovers. Who wins the turnover battle? Josh Allen can, hold together, not make so many mistakes, or even Patrick Mahomes. Like he's been kind of iffy a little bit lately, how he's gonna do. But I don't know, man. It's a tricky game, man. I don't
No,
know.
yeah. I mean, I like I said, I like the Bills, but after seeing Mahomes and playoff Kelsey just locked in last week, I was like, oh no. I had Vietnam flashbacks. Like, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make the Super Bowl, man. They
What's
look
crazy
really
is like
good.
their offense isn't even really doing a whole lot. It's the defense just holding it down, bro.
Yeah.
And that defense is just like I don't know. I
And
mean, it's not
also,
underrated, but it's being overlooked a little bit.
no, yeah, it's always their defense is always solid with
Yeah,
Spagnuolo, dude. Spagnuolo is a defensive goat. But another thing is it's the defensive coordinators on the other team just not wanting to guard Travis Kelsey. That's like a
yeah,
huge
dude.
thing. I mean, this guy's wide open every single play. I mean, I understand they have a little more weapons now with D Hop and Hollywood Brown, but you can't leave Travis Kelsey just wide open in the middle of the field.
And you know
Crazy.
what's crazy is I feel like last week I don't know how the hell he had so many yards so early, and he was just
Yeah,
wide open on
wide
like
open.
numerous plays, bro. Like, there's one person, maybe you don't have to scheme so much, but just put a man on him, bro. Like,
Yeah, against the top Houston defense, like
yeah,
wide open in the middle of the field, and he's taking off for 15. I mean, he's not as fast anymore. I mean, whenever he caught the ball, he looked like
like
an
all
old
me,
man
bro.
running down the field, but you just can't leave him wide open like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more intrigued. I think like just how the defenses play.
Yeah,
Um, I just feel like I don't know. I'm want to say like if it is going to be a blowout in any way, it's going to be in the Bills' favor, like they
yeah,
did during the regular season. But the Bills always kind of beat them during the regular season, and then they
mhm,
lose in the playoffs.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to be. I don't like both of these games to me are hard to put a finger on, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I'm personally going the overs on both games. Just give me points. Just give me points. Just give me fun. Just give me fun shootouts. That's
Give
all
me
I
a good
want.
game.
Yeah.
Is there any props you're eyeing for this one?
I'm also loving props in this one too, more than like teams. I'm loving Kelsey receiving yards. It's playoff Kelsey, like I said.
Yeah.
Guy's gonna eat. He did it last game. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Um, I kind of like. I did it last game. I kind of like under 1.5 intercept or under 0.5 interceptions from Mahomes again. Feel like,
Under point 0.5. So
yeah, I
you
feel
won't
like
throw one?
Yeah, I feel like he's not doing anything crazy. He's making the right reads, playing safe. So I like that again too. Another one, give me Josh Allen passing yards. I think it was 228 last time I checked.
Lines at 230.5.
230. I still like it. Take it. Add that to my card. On Prize Picks, I like over fantasy score. If you guys have anything like that, when I got it, it was 22 fantasy score. So I see him throwing touchdowns. I see him getting a quarterback sneak in for a touchdown. So that's a lot of fantasy points. If you take that, I like the over there. And then I think that's it, man. I don't really know what else. Maybe Xavier
Josh
Worthy
Allen.
receptions.
Josh Allen anytime TD.
Oh, that's a lock. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a lock too. Either that or James Cook, one or the other.
Xavier Worthy's is actually, I mean, I'm not sure how much he had last game, but he's at 4.5 for this game.
You know what? Nah, that's too much. I see it like a 3 or 4 and just getting hooked right there.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him touching the ball maybe more than 4.5 times, but
Yeah,
will they be receptions? I don't know. Um, you know what I'm kind of curious, bro, like that I totally forgot who's on the team is Amari Cooper, bro.
yeah, dude, they don't use that guy at all. Trust
Like,
me.
I'm curious. I would
Last
look.
week, I added his over in one of my parlays on his yards. It was only 20, and I was like, oh, that's one catch. Did not use him the whole game.
What about his receptions at 1.5? You taking
Uh,
the over?
Not even touching it.
Wait, what happens if they're saving him though? Like this is
I,
their secret X factor that you haven't game plan for.
I mean, I don't know what we're saving him for. When I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
All
Now
right,
that you
well,
talk receiver though, give me Khalil Shakir. I'll add that to my card.
five
Over
and a
him.
half receptions over.
No, receiving
He
yards.
said
Give
no.
me that. Give me receiving yards.
This is at 55.5.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
like
balling.
that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
I like Josh Allen for an anytime TD. Even his rushing prop is nice, 47.5. I mean, it might be a little steep, but if the like shit breaks down for him, I think he can, definitely use his legs.
I
And
agree.
James Cook too. I like a potentially an anytime TD, but I could also see, I think he got in there last week, but that defensive line for the Chiefs kind of bulky.
Yeah.
So if you use like maybe a Ray Davis little package, I could see him getting in the end zone too. So I like all the rushing. I mean, I'm not saying all of them are going to score, but I would lean Bills players if I had to pick an
Yeah.
anytime TD.
Your thoughts with Josh Allen is exactly the reason why I took his fantasy score prop more than
Yeah.
anything because I feel he's going to do everything. So that's why I kind of lean that way. Even though I like his yards too, his passing yards.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it.
All right. So picks straight up, no betting. You got Bills and Eagles. That's your Super Bowl.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. But like I said, I've already slowly accepted Chiefs Eagles probably is going to happen, even though I don't want it.
Dude, what happens if we get Bills and like Commanders?
That would be awesome. That's gonna be a fun Super Bowl to watch.
Yeah, hitting the over on
That's
everything.
yeah, hitting the over on everything. That's gonna be fun. That
All
is
right,
gonna be fun.
moving on to non. Do
You
we have
want to
anything else you want to cover for
do
playoffs? You said you had
touchdown
a
parlays?
your touchdown parlay. Yeah,
You
let's
both
hear it.
want to pick one, or you just want me to pick?
You said you had one, no?
I did have one, so I took a player from every team that's playing.
Okay.
So the first one, I took Scary Terry for the Commanders. Might come off a screen, might come off a Hail Mary play again, like he does every week.
Yeah.
So add Scary Terry to that. And then for the Eagles, I want to take AJ Brown for some reason. I
It's
know he
calling
might
to you,
not
bro.
get his yards, dude, but a little slant route, maybe something. But the safe play is probably Saquon or Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
But
it's
just
a
for
safe pick.
spice, dude, I'm going AJ Brown.
You know who I like, who I think could be sneaky in that game is
Devontae
aside from
Smith.
like Dallas Goddard. Yeah,
Oh,
is Devontae Smith, bro. I feel
yeah.
like he's kind of active. I think last week, and I feel like he could find the end zone.
Yeah. No, I agree. One of these receivers are going to have to start cooking pretty soon because it's just
Yeah.
been a Saquon show. So I don't know. This might be the game. So just give me AJ Brown touchdown.
All
And then
right.
moving on to the next game, dude, I want to take Josh Allen. It's the safest. It's the halfback ISO run play that's going to get you the 2 yards.
We need the
But
spicy ones.
yeah, let me get James Cook. I like the
James Cook,
James
I like
Cook.
that one.
Yep. And then for the Chiefs, I want to go Kareem Hunt, dude.
That's the name I was literally just looking at right now too.
But I'm not opposed to putting Pacheco in there for the spice. Hear me out. I know he hasn't really been doing much since the injury. But hey, he's had what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks off from really getting crazy touches. This might be the game now where he gets the touches again. So I'm gonna go Pacheco here.
It could be an obvious pick, but for the Chiefs, I kind of like Travis too.
Yeah,
And
no.
I feel like I mean, maybe that might be like a Saquon for Eagles or
Yeah,
something.
I
But
will be taking Kelsey straight everything. Receiving yards,
yeah,
touchdown. But for the parlay, let me go Pacheco, dude, for the spice factor.
that is a little spicy one. I guess my spicy one would be Ray Davis.
Hey,
Kind of touched on it, but
I
that would
like
be
that.
interesting.
But yeah,
All right.
that's my touchdown parlay, man.
I like it. All right. Well, moving on. There's other shit happening in the NFL. Patriots just made their hire, Mike Vrabel. Think it's gonna be Titans maybe part two.
Hey,
Not nothing special, boring football.
not
But
mad at that at all. My
how
off
you
season
feeling,
has
Trey?
started, dude. My off season has started, and I'm already excited and looking forward to next year, man. This move personally should have been made last year. The
Yeah,
Gerard Mayo hire made no sense. This guy barely had any experience. He's a great defensive coordinator, knows his defense, but for a first year coach like that, coming off just a bad season, I just feel like the right move should have been Vrabel. So I'm glad they finally made the move and did it now. So
yeah.
I'm loving it. This guy's a leader of men. All his ex players, like clips, they all talk great things about him. I mean, like I said, this move should have been done. This guy already has experience. He's already been a head coach, a successful head coach at that. Coach of the
Yeah.
year, previous coach of the year. Great records down in Tennessee when he was there. I know it was kind of going down south his last 2 years, but that's because management down in Tennessee just didn't know what they were doing. So can't blame him on that.
No,
So
but
I'm loving
also
it.
too to cut in is like they didn't. I mean, I can't remember a solid quarterback that they had
Yeah.
in Tennessee, and he still had winning records.
Yeah.
Kind of
Bro
like
was
a
balling with Tannehill, dude.
yeah,
That's impressive right there, let alone. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I can't wait for next season, dude.
yeah. You already know with him, like your defense is going to be solid.
Yep.
It's just, I guess, the development of May in the offense and like if he gets more weapons and whatnot. So
Yeah, that's what it's
I
going to
like
come down
Vrabel
to
though.
is weapons and the offensive line, which I'm glad we got Vrabel because Vrabel loves to just emphasize the offensive line, and that's our
Yeah,
main weakness, our offensive line. So protect May, let that man cook. That's what we got to do.
yeah. I would say maybe like draft a lineman or something,
Yeah,
and
I'm
maybe or a
100%.
receiver.
Make a move, free agency too. Try to
Yeah.
get someone a bag. I'm loving it. I was gonna say something, I forgot. Oh, if you're a Patriots fan, you're like, we got the safe pick, blah blah blah, dude. Quit bitching. We we're a 4-win team with no 1-year coach. Like this was the greatest, like perfect move we could have made this offseason because there's not many candidates out there besides Ben Johnson. But like I said before, do you want to risk getting a guy with no experience at head coach position? I know he's an offensive genius, but again, we need a guy with experience. Mike Vrabel was that probably the best prospect out there for that.
It's all going to depend on that the offense, bro, to me, because I know the defense is gonna be solid. They have pieces there.
Yeah.
You know, they got Christian Gonzalez and all the boys, but yeah, man, I don't know. We'll
Got to
see.
make
And
moves on
I
offense.
like how he's already saying too, like the AJ Brown thing, like, oh, I didn't want to trade him. Titans
Mhm.
trade made me force him. So like just
Throwing it
floating
out
that,
there. Yeah.
yeah, just floating that out there already is like a win, even if
Yeah.
you guys don't get him. But like
Yeah.
he already kind of knows, like I feel like he knows what the fuck he's doing, and if he has the resources to do it, feel like they could bounce back next year.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great spot for him to land. I mean, you got Drake May to work with, you got a
Yep.
bunch of money in cap space, and you got the number 4 pick to work with. So you can either trade that or just take a
Trade back.
generational talent like with Abdul Carter, which would fit his defensive scheme, like you said.
Bro, that would be didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So I
Carter, if
mean,
he falls there, like which is
yeah,
a good chance he could because quarterbacks and stuff, but
yeah.
that'd be
I like
insane.
you have all the cards in your hand to work with. So I mean, I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah. All right.
Even
Well,
Travis Hunter could work with if they fall too. So
bro,
either
yeah,
or.
that's a receiver and a corner right there
Yeah,
if you need it.
exactly.
All right. What do you think about the Ben Johnson hiring to Chicago?
Uh, personally, dude, I like it. I mean, it's gonna help Caleb. He's an offensive genius. He could be like a Kevin O'Connell with Minnesota up there. But then again, we have that risk of first year. Don't know what it could be.
Yeah.
He looked great with Lions because Lions had an amazing team around him. He could use anybody. So, I mean, that's my only concern. And one thing, I don't know if people agree with me, might be a hot take. I did not like how he was already so locked in with the Bears, even though his team was in a playoff game, like in playoff mode the week before. So I felt like he kind of did the Lions a little dirty on that part. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Uh, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. The writing was like, I mean, you could tell he was probably going to go to the Bears though.
Yeah.
It was just floating so much. I didn't like the way he called. I know Jared Goff had mistakes, but there are some questionable play calls in that Lions game too. Where I was like, what are we doing? Like too much trickery.
That's what
So
I'm
like
saying.
I hope that it's not like a lot of that because he doesn't have those same weapons in Chicago. I mean, he can get damn near close because they still have a pretty good team, but
Yeah.
the offensive line is going to be a focus there. I don't know how he's going to be as a head coach because you run that risk, like you said. But for Caleb Williams, I think that it's probably the best coach for him,
Oh,
aside
100%.
maybe from Cliff Kingsbury. But yeah, I think it's a good hire, and it's just like we got to wait and see. It's like a rookie, you just
Yeah.
got to see how they play, see who they get in the offseason if they beef up that O line because they for sure need it. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see like all the year 2 quarterbacks or the sophomores
Yeah.
next season, and also all the other coaching vacancies with Cowboys and Raiders and who does well, who doesn't. So we'll
I
see.
agree.
The Bears have all the pieces, it seems like, and they should for sure, make a run.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
Seeing how good Cliff Kingsbury is doing right now, though, I kind of wanted to see him go to Chicago.
Yeah,
That
me
would have been
too.
crazy. But
I just feel
I'm
like with the NFL, it really matters about getting the ball out quick.
yeah, yeah.
And Kingsbury seems like he has that dialed in with Jaden Daniels. So I don't know if Ben Johnson will have that dialed in with
That's
Caleb.
another thing I like about Cliff. He said prior, he's like, I'm not interviewing with anybody until I'm out the playoffs. So
Yep.
that was fire. I like that mindset.
Yeah, but then if the market dries up, he's kind of fucked. Maybe Cliff Kingsbury doesn't think there's a good vacancy open right now, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just wait."
Yeah, you're right.
Could be. All right, well, that's everything for today's episode. Be on the lookout for more content, especially during Super Bowl week. Going to be locking in with a lot of the storylines and everything going around the NFL. But until next time.